Hello there. Did you know that TD learning can be viewed as a way to approximate dynamic programming algorithms in Markovian environments? Have you wondered what happens if the Markovian assumption is violated? Which is the case when a function approximator is used. Turns out, TD learning can create some problems when this assumption is not respected. Let me introduce the background briefly before we dive into the problem. Consider the policy evaluation setting in reinforcement learning. Given an MDPM, which is a tuple of 5 elements, a policy, and features, the goal is to compute the value function. Generally, a function approximator is used to estimate this quantity, and we consider linear approximations in this work. Temporal difference learning is typically used to solve the problem. TD learning updates a state whenever they are visited in proportion to the TD error. This can lead to some issues. To see this, consider the task shown. Here, an agent starts in a fully observable state and chooses one of the two available actions. Each action leads to a different long-term outcome, but the agent navigates through states that look similar before observing this outcome. This setting poses two challenges. One, the starting state and the outcome state are temporally distant. Therefore, an efficient mechanism is required to propagate the credit between them. With function approximation, updating one state affects the value predictions at other states. If the generalization is poor, TD updates at partially observable states can introduce errors which propagate to estimates at fully observable states. Turns out, most TD methods, including TD lambda, fail to estimate correct values in this task, as they use heuristics for credit assignment and they modify the target used in the update and not the extent to which a state is updated. To address these issues, we introduce preferential temporal difference learning. The main idea in PTD learning is to bootstrap and update according to preferences, which leads to a slightly different update rule. Here, beta is the preference function that assigns certain importance to each state. We assume that these are given. GT beta is a multi-step return similar to lambda returns, which bootstraps according to the preference of the target state. We call this update rule the forward view, as the agent needs to wait until the end of the episode to compute the target. Turns out, we can write this update rule in a nice online fashion using eligibility traces. In fact, this update rule only needs a minor modification to be compatible with a nonlinear function approximator. One way to understand these equations is by setting the preference function to the extreme values. If a state's preference is 1, then that state receives a complete update whenever it is visited. Also, other states bootstrap its value completely, therefore not depending upon the future information for updates. When a state's preference is 0, then the state is not updated even if it is visited, and other states don't bootstrap from it. A similar effect can be achieved in the emphatic TD algorithm. However, it uses two parameters instead and constructs a trajectory-dependent quantity to relay updates. At this point, you might be asking if this method converges. The short answer is yes. I will present the essence of the proof, but I encourage you to dive into the paper for details. We start by writing the update rule in a form that is easier to analyze. Here, B and A are used to write the update equation compactly, and they are commonly called key matrices. We then make some assumptions. We constrain features to be linearly independent of one another. We consider rapidly mixing Markov chains, and we assume that the step size sequence obeys Robbins-Monroe conditions. These assumptions are fairly standard in the literature. Under these assumptions, we show that the expected update rule is well defined, the expected key matrix is positive definite, and the sampling noise is controlled. These lemmas satisfy the required conditions for convergence, therefore PTD converges. We ran a bunch of experiments to test PTD empirically. First, we tested PTD against TD lambda and ETD on the 19-state random walk task in the tabular setting. Upon testing on several fixed hyperparameter values, we observed that PTD had a favorable bias variance trade-off compared to other methods. PTD also behaved well for a wide range of learning rates. We tested PTD on two versions of chain tasks against TD lambda and two versions of ETD in the linear setting. The two versions of ETD differ in the way the interest function is set. We observed that the adaptive ETD version and PTD estimate the value function better than the other algorithms for various chain lengths. We attribute this success to their ability to ignore noisy states when bootstrapping and updating. Finally, we consider a grid task, a slightly complex environment than the chain tasks with a neural network as a function approximator. Unsurprisingly, our observations remain the same. PTD and ETD adaptive continued to thrive when the grid size was increased and when the capacity of the function approximator was decreased. If these findings interest you, do check out our paper Preferential Temporal Difference Learning. Thank you for listening.